It's said the look of a champion is in the eyes. Don Shula has that look. His eyes have witnessed 283 victories as an NFL head coach and a spot in the Super Bowl a record 6 times. The piercing eyes of Dan Marino have been spotting receivers for 7 years as a pro as he has rewritten the NFL record book. Last week, Marino passed for over 300 yards for the 35th time in his career, and he has the Dolphins in playoff contention. Today, the eyes of Marino and Shula fall on a couple of NFL newcomers. Jimmy Johnson's eyes have seen success, but on a different level, compiling a 52-9 record as the head coach at the University of Miami, winning the national title in '87. Success in the NFL hasn't come yet, but he's resting his future hopes on the eager young eyes of rookie quarterback Troy Aikman. The first player taken in the '89 draft returned from injury last week to throw for 379 yards in a last-minute loss to the Cardinals. It was an NFL record for a rookie quarterback. Today, the eyes of Texas are on coaches and quarterbacks as the Dolphins meet the Cowboys.
NBC Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the Miami Dolphins versus the Dallas Cowboys.
It's a beautiful sunny afternoon in Irving, Texas. A crowd of 55,000 expected as the Dolphins meet the Cowboys. Miami right in the thick of the race in the AFC East, trailing the division-leading Bills by a game. If the playoffs were held today, Miami would be in as a wild card. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Texas Stadium. Tom Hammond along with Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Namath. And you know, Joe, there's an interesting subplot to the game this week. It's Shula versus Shula on the sidelines. David Shula has been down on the field with his dad since he was a young boy. But today, something different. They'll be across the field as coaching opponents for the first time. Shula, now an assistant with the Cowboys, will face his dad. And, Joe, it is an interesting situation for the Shula family.
Yes, even for Mother Dorothy Shula at home. She has mixed emotions. Of course, David spent 7 years on his father's staff, but now he's matured. He is the assistant head coach of the Dallas Cowboys as well as offensive coordinator. He says once the game begins, though, all those personal feelings will be set aside.
Well, while Miami is right in the thick of the race for the playoffs, Dallas has won only once, a team in transition under Jimmy Johnson.
Transition is the key word here. They have 23 new players on their staff. They're learning a new offense with the rookie quarterback. They're learning a new defense. But what Jimmy Johnson has is a group of players he likes. This is the nucleus for his rebuilding campaign, and he has an ace in Troy Aikman, the best quarterback to come into the game, in my opinion, since Dan Marino in '83.
And there is a look at Aikman, who passed for a rookie record in the NFL, 379 yards against Phoenix last week. In fact, his quarterback coach, David Shula, says it could have been 400 yards if he hadn't had some drop passes. As you see, Miami is set to kick it off. Stoyanovich will kick it to Dallas as the Cowboys won the toss. Here's Stoyanovich ready for the kick, and the game underway. Mid-60s and a lot of sunshine at Texas Stadium today. The kick is taken by Dixon, and James Dixon, who has a 97-yard return for a touchdown this season, is stopped short of the 20-yard line by Jim Jensen, downfield in a hurry on the Dolphins special teams. Here's a look at the starting Dallas offense now. That offensive line anchored by 14-year veteran Tom Rafferty, who spent nearly a month this season on injured reserve. Rookie Aikman is the talk of the NFL. Nothing but praise for his physical ability, his poise, and his toughness. In the Dallas Diamond formation, you'll see a tight end and 3 wide receivers. Dixon will come in, and he's coming off a 203-yard performance last week. First down for the Cowboys. Long count by Aikman, who hands it off, and the running play by Daryl Johnston, the starting fullback, the rookie out of Syracuse, who gets across the 20 before he's stopped by John Offerdahl, who had 13 tackles against the Jets a week ago. There's the front 7 on the Miami defense. Jeff Cross has really helped Miami to the top of the AFC heap in sacks. He has 8.5. In the secondary, former University of Florida teammates Williams and Oliver, the interception leaders. In the Miami dime, the Dolphins get 7 defensive backs on the field. 2nd and 6 for the Cowboys. Aikman's first pass. Across the middle, complete. for a first down to the 40-yard line. Kelvin Martin came wide open. Barry Krause had to chase him down, but not until it gained 17 yards and a Cowboy first down.
One of the big things about Troy Aikman is his poise. Now, Martin will work downfield and cut across inside underneath Langford 44, but it's a zone coverage, so those linebackers of the Dolphins are dropping back, taking away the deeper receivers, and Aikman is smart enough. He can read well enough as a rookie to come to a secondary receiver underneath.
And there's Kelvin Martin, the top receiver for the Cowboys. That was his 40th reception of the season. First down give to Johnston again, and Daryl Johnston spurts ahead to the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 before John Offerdahl again can make the tackle.
Well, I like this Daryl Johnston. I've watched him play at Syracuse. He's just a rookie, but going at 234, he's a throwback to the old kind of big, strong fullbacks. And if you watch some teams like San Francisco with good offense, they use their fullback a lot more than the Cowboys will use Johnson, but he is a good draft choice for these Cowboys.
Jimmy Johnson told us yesterday they need to run him more, and he's already carried twice. He'd only carried 11 times coming into the game. Second down give, and once again it's to the fullback, Johnston, who pounds into Dolphin territory for a first down. Krause and Williams combined to stop him that time, but at 6'2" and nearly 240 pounds, Johnston can grind it out.
Well, we may be seeing David Shula outfox his father right now. As you mentioned, Coach Johnson said they haven't been running Daryl Johnston, the big fullback, and already he's carried the ball 3 times. I don't think the Dolphin defense is really keen on Johnston, so I'd have to say David Shula's ahead right now with the offensive strategy.
Johnson, the first Dallas rookie to start at fullback since Timmy Newsome back in 1980. Play action pass. Aikman has his man Martin. Martin to the 30 before he's tackled, and another Cowboy first down. William Judson beaten on the play that time as Aikman to Martin again for 17 yards and a first down.
Couldn't have been done any better by Martin. A nice pattern down and stopped and came back away from Langford, but Aikman had the time. They're keeping that Miami rush from Aikman's face. You see number 70, Soche, is not even close to Aikman, and you see how far away Martin has broken from Judson. That key pass protection, that's it.
First down Cowboys at the Miami 30-yard line. This is the opening drive of the game. Paul Palmer with his first carry. Tripped up, falls forward for 3 yards. T.J. Turner got a hand in there to trip up Paul Palmer, who is the leading rusher for the Cowboys. That's his 65th carry. He, of course, was the first-round draft choice of Kansas City back in '87, but he's been knocked around a while. He came to the Cowboys in a trade from the Lions on October 17th.
My big question about Palmer when he came into the league was his size. At 5'9", 181, could he take the beating? He has taken it very well.
He led the U.S. in rushing back when he was a senior at Temple. Second down and 7. Play action again as Aikman rolls. Being chased, he threw it away. And he got a hit over on the sideline, and the flag goes down late. Well, Aikman had a concussion last week. He said he had some bleeding in his ears. He had earache still. And he's going to be called for grounding the football.
I hate that rule. I don't like this. There was a receiver in that area. Now the referee construes that he's throwing the ball to avoid the loss. You've always been allowed to throw the ball toward the receiver to avoid a loss. I mean, they're drawing a line on when he throws the ball away or when he doesn't. I think it's a bad call.
Jerry Markbright, you see number 9, heads the officiating crew, and Jimmy Johnson didn't like it at all. He said, there's Johnson who was close to it, and he was.
That's what he's talking about. Hugh Green applied the pressure.
Intentional grounding, number 8.
That's a bad call. You folks at home can hear how the fans feel about it here.
So it's also a loss of down, and the penalty puts the ball back to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, well, the interpretation here, clearly you see Johnson, the receiver, number 48. But what Markbright infers here is that Aikman simply threw it into the ground to avoid the loss, and technically Markbright is correct. Had Aikman made that throw a little closer to Johnston's feet, we wouldn't have seen intentional grounding called.
I don't know that I've seen it called that closely very often.
It's a poor call, Tom. I think so anyway, being an ex-quarterback.
And 4 wide receivers on 3rd and long. Aikman unloads complete. The pass will be short of the first down as it goes to Toto Latasu. And there's a flag down. I don't know if that's an even up call or not, Joe, but it's going to work that way.
No, they don't make even up calls in this league.
Rodney Thomas came in late, and it'll be a personal foul call.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 95, defense. Late hit, first down.
Well, the call, I couldn't hear the mark right, but evidently Turner on the call for roughness.
Well, the Cowboys decide to get half the yardage back to get the field goal set up. They complete the pass inside. Let's see if we can see. Oh, it's spearing.
Spearing,
it is
right.
A late hit. He came in with that headgear, and they're going to call spearing every time.
And that was the correct call. It goes against Shula's Dolphins. There's Turner, who's speared. Now it gives the Cowboys a first down just short of the Dolphin 15. That's Johnston in motion. Palmer carries. Gets a couple of yards only, down to the 13-yard line. John Offerdahl and Barry Krause, the two inside backers, pinching on Palmer, and those two guys have been playing great for the Dolphins up the middle. Offerdahl 13 tackles against the Jets. Krause had 11.
They're getting some good play from the up front people too. So Shea's been playing very well, and so has Jeff Cross. Right now, though, the Cowboys' offensive line has been controlling this line of scrimmage.
Two wide receivers set to the left, split backs in the backfield on 2nd and 7. And Aikman to throw. Martin inside the 5. William Judson covers him there. It should be enough for a Cowboy first down.
Another good read by Troy Aikman. Judson just got turned around on the left side of your screen. We may be able to see the end of the play, but there again is good pass protection. Aikman gets hit a little bit late, but nothing bad, and Calvin Martin's inside of Judson that time. Good pass protection once again.
This is the opening drive of the game. It started inside the Cowboy 20. Aikman has hit 4 of 5 passes. The only one he missed was the intentional grounding.
You know, right now it's first down, and the two first plays of the game, Johnson ran for the Cowboys, made good yardage, and then Aikman chose to go to, or David Shula did, to go to Palmer on first down running plays, and they didn't get anything. So now it's 1st and 4. I'd kind of look for Johnson.
45-second clock. Please put 16 seconds. 16 seconds.
16 seconds, they're saying, on the play clock. Shows 30 now. You saw the numbers a moment ago on Aikman. Remember now, he missed 5 games with a broken left index finger that still is stiff. He can't bend it, but 4 of 5 today for 50 yards on the first drive for the Cowboys. This will be the 12th play of the drive coming up.
Has total command of the huddle. Tom Rafferty, the 14-year center, was asked that question early on in training camp. How does this kid behave in the huddle when things are getting tough, when guys are getting fired up? He said, hey, Aikman takes control of the huddle. He's a good leader.
We've got the clock set at 16 seconds now, and Jimmy Johnson's team threatening with a 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Palmer stopped short of the goal line. Head-on tackle by Lewis Oliver, who's made a reputation for big hits in his rookie year for the Dolphins, and he stops Palmer just short of the goal line.
Oliver's been talking quite a bit these last few weeks about how he likes to hit people. Right now, Johnson, the fullback, will get inside and block Offerdale. It was a beautiful block by Johnson, the fullback, to give Palmer that much room to get in there. But Lewis Oliver, obviously, he said some things the last couple of weeks that he wished he hadn't said. He's one terrific football player. He's just got to be a little smarter.
And Cowboy touchdown. It's Broderick Sargent who came in for Palmer on that play, and Sargent carries over for his first touchdown of the season.
The offensive line of the Cowboys just controlled that area of the field on every snap. The Cowboys didn't take a loss offensively. They gave good pass protection, so the Dolphins better darn well be concerned with who's controlling that line of scrimmage.
Luis Zendejas is on to attempt the extra point. Saxon, the punter, will hold. And it's good. Well, the Dallas Cowboys with an 81-yard drive to start the game, mixing the run and pass very well. And the Cowboys break on top of the Dolphins. 8:19 left in the first quarter, and Dallas with a 7-0 lead. Sargent scored the touchdown from 1 yard out as the Cowboys used two fullbacks, Johnston and Sargent, for the first time this season.
Left side of your screen, Offerdahl gets blocked once again by the rookie fullback Daryl Johnson, and Sargent is able to get over the top. Here we see it again. There's some submarining going on. That hole was filled by Offerdahl, but it's a good block by the rookie fullback Johnson.
There's the kick taken by Lorenzo Hampton. Hampton stopped at the 28-yard line. Downfield for the Cowboys, Randy Shannon on the stop of Lorenzo Hampton, who was just activated a week ago for the Miami Dolphins after being on injured reserve. Let's take a look now at the Miami offense. On that offensive line, Tom Toth replaces Harry Galbraith, who was injured last week, and Ronnie Lee healthy again. He'll start. Marino not having his greatest year, 16 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. He is the AFC Player of the Week. Passing situations, you see the changes. Edmund Smith and Fa'aola out. Jensen, Brown, and Banks will come in. Three-man front now for the Cowboys as Miami goes to the run to Smith on the first play, and he's stopped for no gain. Everson Walls, who's been under fire from his head coach Jimmy Jones, comes up in a hurry to stop the rookie Sammy Smith, the Dolphins' leading rusher. Here's a look at that Dallas defense now. Rookie Tony Tolbert starts for Ed Jones today on the defensive line. Among the linebackers, Lockhart having a tremendous season. Tackles, tops in the NFL. He's had at least 10 in every game. He also leads the team in interceptions. Walls, who has led the NFC in interceptions, the NFL in interceptions, a record 3 times, has been under fire. Gave up a couple of touchdown passes last week. Marino's first pass is ruled complete to the 40-yard line. Mark Duper, who played only one play against the Jets last week, comes in and gets the catch there, just enough for a first down.
Well, Dan Marino's used to getting good protection. He got it that time, and Duper will just run a stop, come back outside pattern. You see number 24 in the bottom right of your screen, Everson Walls, is giving him a pretty good cushion, but reacts nicely. The ball just happened to be well thrown by Marino. Marino may be surprised to see this three-man front that the Cowboys are using. The Cowboy defensive coordinator Dave Wannstedt decided that they needed to take away those short zone passes hitting the seams, so he's employing 4 linebackers back there, and I wouldn't doubt that Coach Schuller and his staff are talking about the 3-4 front they're getting right now.
The play evidently is being reviewed. L.T. Bonner, the replay official today.
The Cowboys also were playing Jesse Solomon in there, folks, from the Minnesota Vikings. He's been getting some playing time the last couple of weeks, but he was an excellent player up there at Minnesota, and they figure they have to get him on the field more often. Now let's take a look. If we can see his feet, whether they come down inbounds or not, doesn't make any difference right now because Everson Walls is pushing him. Had Walls not pushed him, the official would have had to infer if he would have come down inbounds or out, and from that angle it clearly looks like Walls pushed him out of bounds.
Bonner is looking. It took Duper a moment to get full possession. Jerry Markbright will give us the call when it's forthcoming from the replay booth. Dolphins trailing 7-0 with 7:05 left in the first quarter. The Cowboys took the opening kickoff 81 yards. Jimmy Johnson mixing the run and pass very well. Aikman hit 4 of 5. Sargent carried over for the touchdown. Here's the play once more. Watch Duper. Takes him a minute to get possession. The ball's up around his head. Doesn't quite have it yet. Now he has it.
Yeah.
Got 1 foot in and then was pushed out, looked like.
Yeah, now after seeing him bobble that, his right foot was the only one that came down inbounds after he had possession. I bet it's going to be reversed and it's not going to be a complete pass.
It's taking a while, whatever it is. They're having a good long look at it.
After further review, the play stands at this spot.
Lost that bet.
First down.
I'm glad it's the only bet I'll lose today.
So Marino does have his first down pass. The ball just across the 40-yard line of the Dolphins. Tom Brown into the game for the first time at fullback. Marino steps up and sidearms it complete for a yard. That was Brown that made the catch, and that looked like a Bernie Kosar pass. Eugene Lockhart makes the tackle. Jack Del Rio was putting on the pressure.
Referring, of course, to Bernie Kosar's sidearm style and movement, Marino smartly finds the receiver. I tell you what, the Cowboys shifted things again defensively. It had 4 defensive linemen in the game. Now they're back to 3. They're really mixing things up with their defensive fronts.
2nd down and 9. Marino hits Duper. Duper has a first down inside the Cowboy 45 down to the 44-yard line. Eugene Lockhart was coming in to put on some pressure on Marino, but he found Mark Duper. Duper makes the catch. He's the 3rd leading receiver for the Dolphins this season, now with 32 receptions.
On the left side of your screen, Mark Duper will run a short post pattern. Marino quickly reads the blitz of Ken Norton and hits Duper to the inside. What Everson Walls would have to do in that case is take the inside away from Duper, but Duper's so fast and quick. I don't think you can stop him from getting inside.
2 catches for Duper today, and that gives him 33 for the year. Smith and Brown in the backfield. Marino will put it up. Intended for Clayton. It'll be incomplete. Good coverage on Clayton, too. He had a couple of men right around him. Let's take a look at the 10-minute ticker now. Detroit with an early lead on the Bengals, and Pittsburgh with a field goal. In that Minnesota-Philadelphia game, Herschel Walker with a 93-yard kickoff return for the touchdown, though they missed the extra point.
Oh my, look at that Tampa Bay score. 10-0 over Chicago again.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Hampton and Jensen in the backfield on this 3rd down play. Marino has Jensen. He falls forward short of the first down to about the 36-yard line. He'll be a couple of yards, 3 yards short. It'll be 3rd down coming up as Lockhart and Del Rio combine to get Jensen to the turf.
Well, Jensen's so smart finding those dead spots in the zone. He goes out and reads the linebackers and decides when to break into that dead spot, maybe make the first down. Certainly he would have liked to have had another yard or 2, but Jensen's forte is not only blocking and special teams, but he can read the defensive coverages and finds the open spots for Dan Marino.
Jimmy Johnson's team leading 7-0. This will be a 3rd down play for the Dolphins. 3rd down and about 3. The pitch is to Smith, and Sammy Smith bangs ahead for the first down. Vince Albritton from the strong safety came up to make the stop as Sammy Smith carries for first down yardage.
Well, the Dolphins that time put big offensive tackle Mark Dennis in at tight end. Now he goes 290 pounds. He's on the left side at tight end, blocking on the, well, kicking out there, and that's where the hole opened up for Sammy Smith. They put those heavyweights out there at tight end when it's time to run up there.
2 weeks ago, Sammy Smith gained 123 yards against the Colts. The first time a Colt runner had gained over 100 yards since '87. This will be Fa'aola. Lou Fa'aola, who is replacing the injured Ron Davenport, takes it just short of the 25-yard line. Jack Del Rio on the stop for the Cowboys.
And what a football player Fa'aola is. I mean, not only is he asked to block for the running game, catch passes and run, but he's one of their best special team players, covering kickoffs and punts as well. He's an all-out effort guy.
Don Shula signed Fa'aola on October 3rd after he'd been waived by the Jets. 2nd and 5. I formation this time. Smith, the tailback, tries to get outside and does, fumbles the ball, and the Cowboys get it. Vince Albritton dropped it, then picked it up and was in bounds. And the Cowboys have the first turnover of the game. Smith has had a problem fumbling. He did fumble twice against the Colts 2 weeks ago.
Well, I talked with Carl Tassif, the running back coach, last week about Smith having a couple of fumbles prior to last week's Jet games. Here again, He gets up in the hole, nice blocking. He's holding on to the ball well. But I tell you, folks, these pros all over this National Football League, when they're making a tackle, they're ripping everything out of there they can get their hands on.
Cowboys with a 7-0 lead, and they have the game's first turnover.
Bold taste with no aftertaste. Mick Dry refreshes completely. By Mitsubishi, bringing you a full line of award-winning automobiles. See them all at your Mitsubishi Motors dealer. And by United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
55,000, just short of capacity on hand at Texas Stadium. Tom Hammond and Joe Namath with you. The Cowboys with a first down after the fumble recovery just across their own 15-yard line. Dallas leading 7-0. Aikman. Incomplete. A little behind his intended receiver, Palmer, who was covered by Louis Oliver.
Exactly. Here's a look at the fumble. Now watch number 51 on the left side of your screen. Ken Norton gets his left arm in there and pulls Sammy Smith's left elbow and just gets the ball loose. And then Albritton, of course, gets a handle on it before he gets out of bounds.
And turnovers have been a problem with the Dolphins. That's updated now, minus 14, which is last in the AFC. And the Cowboys, of course, are no great shakes on the giveaway-takeaway ratio themselves. Palmer, not much there. Stopped for no gain. It'll be 3rd and long coming up. The Dolphins find themselves trailing for the second time in 2 weeks. They had to come from 17 down against the Jets last week. Finally won it by 8. Don Shula expressed some concern to us, Joe, about them playing poorly in the first half.
Yes, and they're not playing very well this half. Right now, the defense has a good situation. They've held Dallas to virtually no gain in the first 2 tries, so this 3rd and 10 is good, but he's got to get control of that line of scrimmage out there, and right now the Cowboys have been winning the battle.
Martin, Dixon, and Shepard, 3 wide receivers in for the Cowboys. Aikman in the shotgun. Tuttle, Atassi, and Johnston, the running backs. Aikman going long. Shepard's got it. There is a penalty marker down. Flag on the play.
What a great play by Troy Aikman and Derek Shepard. I mean, Aikman put the ball just where he needed it. The Dolphins came with the blitz that time. Lifford Hobley got close to Aikman, but if you're going to bring a blitz, you sure better get there and not give Aikman.
Holding number 25, offense, 3rd down.
If you're going to blitz, you got to get to that quarterback or he's going to have time to hit that deep receiver.
Tuttle, Atassi guilty of the hold, which nullifies this 42-yard pass.
And it may well be on Lifford Hobley. Right there, look, he's grabbing his jersey. Hey, Tuttle, Atassi, who taught you that? That's not legal.
It wipes out that 42-yard first down pass and sets up a 3rd and 18 for Johnson's Cowboys. Plenty of time. Aikman steps up, delivers short to Johnston. Johnston lowers his head, carries 3 Dolphins with him to the 25. There's another penalty marker down. Johnston is short of first down yardage. Checking out another penalty flag. This one against the Dolphins. Rough first quarter for Shula and company with 2 minutes left.
And to let the Cowboys out of this trap, out of a 3rd down and whatever it was, 18
right.
with the penalty, has really got to frustrate Coach Shula.
50-27 they've been outscored in the opening period this season. Jimmy Johnson says, yep, that way.
Well, if he takes the play, they're short of the first down, but by taking the penalty, they'll get a first down. If you get the automatic end of that first down.
Well, for some reason, they're backing the Cowboys up.
Illegal hands to the face, number 37, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So the Cowboys will have a first down, although the football is still deep in Cowboy territory at about the 14-yard line, 13 or 14.
I'd look for them to go back to their fullback now. They had success early running the fullback on first down in the first series of plays, but they haven't given him the ball on first down since then.
7-0 Cowboys, a minute 40 remaining first quarter. There is Johnston, the fullback, as you called it, Joe, and he gets to the 15, not much more, a couple of yards. A lot of aqua shirts in there on the tackle. T.J. Turner and E.J. Jr. leading the attack.
Yeah, and it seems that Brian Soche and Cross Baza, these guys have all settled in now. They seem to be controlling this line of scrimmage better than they did the first series of downs.
Well, controlling the line of scrimmage, all important in this game, and the Cowboys, Joe, have shown me a good mix of run and pass so far.
Yeah, they are mixing it up nicely. That first drive was as good as you'd like it.
This will be a pass as Aikman rolls and fires complete for a first down. Making the catch, Kelvin Martin, who was just beyond the first down marker. Heads up play by Martin, and knew right where he was on the field. He's caught a pass in every game for the Cowboys this season. In fact, he's the only wide receiver that was with this team back in training camp.
I like the way Aikman moves and throws on the move as well. He gets this ball right on Kmart's number on the outside, and when you have this ability to be able to throw on the run as well as be an excellent strong pocket passer, you've got some super potential, and I use that word super. I think this boy Aikman is super.
And Kelvin Martin with that catch.
Yeah, I guess that maybe they didn't get that Kmart reference, his nickname, whenever I used it.
Says 14 seconds on the play clock, Mark Wright, and perhaps are they reviewing this to see about the spot of the football? He definitely had his 2 feet in bounds, and as they reset the play clock, maybe they're looking at the spot, Joe. Did he go out of bounds? He planted his 2 feet and then went out of bounds and kind of went back upfield a little bit, and maybe was a little short of the first down as he went out. Let's watch it again.
Well, they've already moved the chain, so he's going to have first down. Here he has possession of the ball on both feet in bounds, but where does he go out of bounds? And that appears to be short of the first down on that replay.
Yeah, it looked like he went out of bounds on the inside of that marker
without being forced out of bounds.
Like you said, though, they've moved the chains now, so I don't know if they could.
Well, I guess that's what the replay people can do. They can tell exactly where he went out of bounds, position the ball in that spot, and then, boy, I don't know, look back, look at the old films and see where the original.
The play stands. First down.
Or you can do that.
Having the chain move, they wouldn't have anything to compare it against to see if they did spot it precisely. They wouldn't exactly know how much they needed for the first down. 4 catches, 49 yards already for Kmart Martin. Johnston, or is it Palmer? Palmer. And he's stopped by Jarvis Williams after a good gain, 5 or 6 yards on the carry by Paul Palmer.
He's so quick. He's stronger than he appears, too. Palmer's a tougher inside runner than a lot of people thought he'd be when he came into this league because of his size, but he stayed durable. He can catch the ball, and he's been coming up with some big plays since he's been here with the Cowboys.
Well, he led the U.S. in rushing back in 1986. He had 1,866 yards, was second in the Heisman voting as a senior at Temple. 12 seconds left in the quarter. And somebody on the Cowboys jumped too soon. Nate Newton, the left guard, got a head start.
Well, I'll tell you what, 318 pounds this boy weighs. This man is big.
Offense.
I hope we can see that again because he shoots out of the blocks. I haven't seen this kind of quickness on a man 318. Watch it, folks, right to number 61. Now, he comes out nice and low with forward drive. That was picture-perfect form, just a little early.
How would you like to stand in front of that?
No way.
And the gun sounds to end the first quarter of play. It's been a good quarter if you're a Cowboy fan. The Dallas Cowboys will go to the other end of the field with a 7-0 lead. Texas Stadium, the Cowboys on top. Troy Aikman, directing that touchdown drive for the Cowboys, suffered a concussion last week in a game against Phoenix. He's taken a beating, in fact, all year long, and it's caused an equipment change for him this game.
Well, what he's done is he's gone to a longer face mask to protect his chin more. But he's had a problem in the past when he turns his head. He hits that longer face mask on his shoulder pads. This one is longer, however, it's cut down below his chin where it doesn't bump into his shoulder pads. Thus, he's able to see downfield. Gives him a little more protection and still the mobility he needs.
You look kind of good in that helmet. How would you have liked to have been in a Cowboy helmet?
With some great protection. No, with the Cowboys, I love New York, buddy. I loved it there.
You look like you're ready to go, though. How's your arm feel these days?
My arm feels pretty good. I had it loosened up a couple of weeks ago. If it were just the arm, Tom, I'd still be playing.
We saw you in that touch game against the Baltimore Colts in a reunion of Super Bowl III 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I have to say that your passes looked pretty good. There was one that quacked a little bit, but you still look like you had the ability to throw.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Palmer finds a seam, cuts up across the 30 to the 32-yard line. DJ Jr. clamps down on him there, and Jarvis Williams comes up to help. First quarter stats in the books, as you might expect. The Cowboys with the lead and with the edge statistically.
Yeah, that time of possession down the bottom of the screen is big, especially for the Cowboys, because they're not only advancing the ball, maintaining control of it, but they're keeping Marino, Duper, Clayton, Smith, that offense off the field.
Everything going right for the Cowboys so far. They've got a 3rd and 2 here. Aikman. Martin can't hold on, and it's incomplete. Rodney Thomas thought he had the interception, but apparently he got it on the short hop, and it'll be 4th down and the first punting situation faced for the Cowboys.
Well, this could have very well been the first down. Once again, the protection is pretty good inside there by the Cowboy front. They just built a wall, and the ball should have been caught. It would have been a tough catch for Kelvin Martin, but he had both hands on it and should have made the catch.
There's the number on Saxon, who has kicked 52 times. He's tied for 4th in the NFL on punts inside the 20. He won't get it on this one.
Well, they may be reviewing that last play. If they are, in fact, Rodney Thomas, who made the play, didn't appear to be upset when he said it was incomplete. No.
Jerry Markbright's had a busy first quarter plus here at Texas Stadium. Let's watch it again.
17 seconds. 17 on the 45-second clock, please.
Let's see if Carter. No, the ball clearly hits the ground. Carter Rodney Thomas didn't get there quickly enough.
And that's why he didn't argue.
That's right.
He knew it all the way.
They're having trouble with this stadium clock. They have been since the beginning of the game. And that appears to be the holdup right now. Dolphins defense has really played a good series of downs this past series. They gave up the first down on the penalty, of course, but they were able to hold the Cowboys once again and should get decent field position.
There's Saxon for his first punt of the game. Scott Schwades is deep for the Dolphins. Good punt by Saxon. Schwades at the 28, spins away from one man, then is taken down at the 32-yard line by Bill Bates, who is the special team tackle leader for the Dallas Cowboys. So the Miami Dolphins will have the ball for the 2nd time in the game. They trail the Cowboys 7-0.
Sports serves your need to know all week long. Dial 1-900-454-3500 for NBC Scores Plus. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anywhere in the USA.
Well, that defensive huddle for the Cowboys now includes number 30, Ike Holt. Holt has been the subject of some controversy as the Cowboys want to give him more playing time, and Everson Walls, number 24, is on the sideline. That's been the talk all week in Dallas. Walls being criticized and Holt getting the playing time. Marino pass complete to Duper for a first down. Duper had his man going backwards, put on the brakes, and made the catch. And Isaac Holt, who was just in the game, picked on right away by one of the best in the business, Mark Duper.
Hey, Isaac Holt Everson Walls, I don't care who you are out there in the quarter, you're not going to stop this last play. I mean, Duper starts burning down the sidelines. You've got to turn and run with him. He's going to get to almost 20 yards before he comes back. And when he gets that deep, that defensive back sure better take off right now, just like he did. Beautiful timing by Marino and Duper.
Marino's hit 5 of 6 so far in the game, and 4 first downs as the Dolphins have run only 10 plays with 13:54 left in the half. Here's another look at that last one.
Well, you see right now Duper's going upfield, so Holt takes off. He can't stop as quickly as Duper. Duper gets around. Let's see if his feet are inbounds and he has possession of the ball. Possession, but we can't see that left foot from this angle. See if his left foot touches the line.
That foot is in.
Is in, sure, he's inbound. Well, I don't know.
Both in, though?
Did he have both feet in
by the left,
he
but
had
not
possession?
the right? Had the left down, but not the right after gaining possession, it appeared.
Well, we'll have time to look at that one more time, folks. We've got to establish whether he has control of the ball and both feet inbounds. Both feet has to be inbounds, not just one. And when does he get control of the ball?
Now.
He has control of it, or is it slipping a little bit? See, that's the thing that's hard to determine.
Does the replay official get paid by the decision on these things?
I'm worried about getting paid by the hour. I want to get this thing going.
Well, did that right one come down then, or did it not? Tough decision here for L.T. Bonner. And he's taking his time over it. What does this do to a player? They didn't have this when you played, of course, but does it take away your momentum?
It's frustrating. It certainly does. It takes away momentum for both sides. I guess if you're out there having a tough time of it, you don't mind the delay too much, but when you're trying to get an offensive drive going, and this is really only the second time that the Dolphins have gotten control of the ball, Marino's itchy. His receivers are itchy. They want to get going. They had a good play.
After further review, the play stands. First down.
Fans didn't agree, but L.T. Bonner says the play stands, and the Cowboys have a first down at the 48-yard line. Clayton in motion. Sammy Smith. Good run by Smith, about 9 yards on the play, as the free safety Ray Horton has to stop the rookie out of Florida State. Tony Tolbert got downfield to get a piece of him as well.
Yeah, watch Sammy Smith wrap that ball up with both arms this time. He starts out with one, now he's going to get both. Watch, he'll get his right arm back on the ball to cover it up. He's thinking about those fumbles he's had, certainly, so he's trying to protect the ball.
Jeff Dellenbach, the left tackle, opening up a good hole for Sammy Smith, and it resulted in an 8-yard run. Officially, it'll be second and 2. Smith has a first down here as he's tripped up inside the 35 of the Cowboys. Robert Williams got his feet out from under him, but Smith has a first down as the Dolphins show us that newly found running game here.
Oh, I'll tell you, that was just one of the best blocking jobs that I've seen so far by number 36 of the Dolphins out here. Just blocking out on Jesse Solomon. Tom Brown, who's just been activated, did a tremendous job of opening that hole.
First down, Dolphins at the 34-yard line of the Cowboys. Dallas leads 7-0. Marino completes the pass. Tom Brown makes the catch in traffic close to the 25-yard line. Del Rio and Lockhart converged on Tom Brown. He's seeing a lot of playing time today in his first game back from IR.
Very versatile player. He can catch, he can block, he's an adequate runner. Marino throws under the linebackers again. He'll take the short zone areas. You see those linebackers had dropped a good 10-12 yards, and Brown just hooked up at about 6 or 7 yards. An excellent first down gain.
They spot the ball at the 29 of the Cowboys. It's 2nd and 5. Smith close to another first down as he pounds inside the 25 to the 24-yard line, carrying Eugene Lockhart with him.
Once again, Tom Brown put a pretty good block out there on the other linebacker, Jesse Solomon. Lockhart's just been having a tremendous season so far.
leads the team in interceptions with 2, has a sack and a half, and listen to his tackle total, 143, which leads the NFL. In fact, the Cowboy record is 167. He should pass that easily. He's gotten over 10 tackles every game this season.
And Lockhart will be the first to tell you it's not all Eugene. He's getting some help from his friends out there. Those defensive linemen are trained to help keep the blockers away from Eugene Lockhart so he can make the plays. That linebacker is supposed to have a lot of tackles.
They measure, and it is enough for the first down on the run by Sammy Smith, who comes out of the game now, replaced by Lorenzo Hampton. Smith has carried 6 times for 37 yards. Marino dumps it complete to his tight end, Farrell Edmonds, and Edmonds gets 4 yards to the 20. Vince Albritton, the strong safety, was covering Farrell Edmonds, who was a little banged up, and they didn't know if he'd start today, but is right out there in the starting lineup. Well, here are the headlines from today's NFL Live. If you missed our pregame show today, here are the headlines. Tagliabue on the NFL drug policy. Bobby Beathard talking about the Redskins without Dexter Manley, and Marty Schottenheimer saying the real story of why he left Cleveland is yet to be told. At halftime, Bob Costas, O.J. Simpson, and company will have all the scores and highlights. Another pass to the tight end, Edmonds, who rambles inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Jack Del Rio with Ike Holt bringing down Farrell Edmonds at 250 pounds. That's not an easy task.
Well, Del Rio got started late. He was in a chase position behind Edmonds from the get-go. Del Rio, you'll see on the right side of your screen, 55, gets caught inside. He may have been faking a blitz, but already he's a good 6-7 yards away from Farrell Edmonds, and Marino read it quickly.
Hampton is back in the backfield with Tom Brown as the Dolphins have a first down, 1st and goal at the Cowboy 8. Marino changing things around a little bit as he gets under center and looks to the end zone. Edmonds can't handle it. Little too tall for Farrell Edmonds. Eugene Lockhart was covering him. It'll be 2nd and goal for Miami.
Well, the Dolphins were lucky they didn't have a penalty that time. Tom Brown appeared to be in motion. Marino sees Edmonds in the back of the end zone but throws it high, so he's going to be a bit upset with himself.
Marino completing 56% of his passes coming into today's game and has 212 touchdown passes in his career. He's 8 of his first 10 this afternoon. Smith stopped at the 5, 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and goal. There's Eugene Lockhart right in the middle of things again with help from Tony Tolbert.
Tough yardage to get on the ground down here. That defense burying themselves, getting low, but tough to get out of the way. Lockhart, again, been all over the field. He looks like he might be banged up a little bit the way he's leaving. But on the right side of your screen, you see they're taking, Solomon takes on the blockers early, and Lockhart gets in there, but he did have a little help from his friends over there.
And a timeout has been called. So we'll take a break too. It'll be 3rd and goal coming up for the Dolphins. Dallas Cowboys lead the Miami Dolphins 7-0 with 9:04 left in the first half of play. 3rd and goal for the Dolphins on the 10th play of this drive. They come with 4 wide receivers, Duper, Brown, Clayton, and Banks. And the Cowboys respond with their 47 defense, 4 down linemen, 7 defensive backs. Jensen is the only setback for the Dolphins. Marino in the shotgun. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Banks. Vince Albritton had him covered, and it'll be 4th down as the Cowboys prevent the touchdown after the Dolphins had a 1st and goal at the Dallas 8.
Well, the ball's just underthrown a little bit. Marino's throwing off balance and doesn't have it out far enough in front of Duper to make the reception and the first down. It was a throw that I'm sure Marino would like to have back.
Stoyanovich is on to attempt the field goal. It'll be a 23-yard attempt. Stoyanovich, of course, kicked a 59-yarder last week. And this chip shot is good. So Pete Stoyanovich gets the Miami Dolphins on the board, but the Cowboys hold on to the lead. It was an armadillo, I think we saw there. Didn't you have some of that for dinner last night, I think, here in Texas?
They say that's a Texas turkey.
Here's the kickoff. It'll be fielded right at the sideline by Dixon. Dixon finds a seam down the sideline. Stoyanovich gets him out of bounds. Dixon, one of the top kick returners in the NFL. He's second in the NFC, fourth in the NFL, and had a 97-yarder for a touchdown earlier this season. He almost broke this one.
Well, a nice lane here on the sideline is opened up by Dixon. Jensen is blocked to the outside, and you see these big blockers just get in front there, and there's one missed tackle there by David Fry. Other than that, I tell you, they're letting these Cowboys get some momentum going, and they're dangerous if they get the momentum going.
A young team, boy, the confidence factor could be important for the Cowboys. That return was 40 yards, and the Cowboys have a first down at their own 46, leading 7-3. Aikman's pass is complete. A 9-yard gain as Derek Shepard pays the price. Hugh Green and others came in there, and Green got a clothesline on him, but Shepard does take it for a 9-yard gain.
Well, Shepard will take that hit every time for the 9-yard gain. The play action fake is able to freeze the inside people enough, and Shepard just runs downfield about 8 yards and stops. By that time, the ball's on the way, and he has a nice little gain. Watch this last hit by Hugh Green. Woo! Right on the chin there. Pretty good hit.
Derek Shepard, who played with Aikman at Oklahoma 2 seasons. Aikman, as you probably know.
The play is ruled completed on the field.
No kidding.
I didn't know there was a question. I was saying Aikman did go to Oklahoma his first 2 years before transferring to UCLA, where he found their style of attack more suited to his talents. That is to say, they throw the ball a lot more than the Oklahoma Wishbone.
Yeah, and I like Aikman's background. You know, he moved from California when he was 13. He hated the idea, but his father was working on an oil pipeline, and even Troy worked on the oil pipeline in one of his off seasons at UCLA.
The play was ruled completed catch on the field.
Completed catch on the field. Yeah, that's what we knew about 2 minutes ago. Anyway, I think because of Aikman's background, a good work ethic by his father, you know, Aikman had to work hard to get where he is, and it's beneficial today, boy. Everybody on this team has a great deal of respect for the effort that Aikman's putting forth.
There's that game last week which set a record for rookie quarterbacks in the NFL, and David Shula said, were it not for a couple of drops and some penalties, in fact, they had one penalty that nullified a 53-yard pass, he would have passed for over 400 yards against
easily.
The Cardinals.
Had 6 dropped passes last week against the Cardinals. The penalty brought back the other one. If they win that game last week, Phoenix doesn't hit the long bomb, Aikman possibly would have been the player of the week in the NFC.
As Marino was in the AFC. Let's take a look at that last play, and let's see what the problem was, Joe. I just didn't see any problem. Perhaps there was one. We'll watch it again.
I don't know what the problem is either. He has the... Oh.
Or did he?
It was low. We could get another look. We do see Hugh Green putting another good hit on Shepard.
Did he short hop it? Did he scoop it up? That's, I guess, the review, and I really didn't notice that the first time around. Let's see if we can slow it down a little bit and see if it short hops or not. He got it. Looks like he had his hands under it. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I think he did. I thought he had his hands under it when the play occurred in the first place.
L.T. Bonner is racking up a lot of airtime today with Jerry Markbright.
One more time. Does the ball hit the ground? Can't tell from this angle.
That last angle I thought was the definitive angle. It looked like he had his hands under it. There's a look at Derek Shepard. Had a couple of years with the Redskins before he was sent to New Orleans and waived by them this October, picked up as a free agent with the Cowboys. An odd thing about Shepard, he returned a punt for 56 yards and a touchdown against Dallas when he played for the Saints in the opener, and then wound up in a Dallas uniform as the season continued.
And Coach Johnson from the Cowboys says Shepard is just improving drastically, because when he was with New Orleans, he really didn't do anything but run back punts and kickoffs. And He's had a chance here with the Cowboys now to show his skills as a wide receiver, and they really like him.
Back when he played at Oklahoma.
After further review, the play stands. Completed pass, second down.
Play will stand. And Shepard, when he was at Oklahoma, caught a 73-yard touchdown pass to help beat Oklahoma State. That was back in 1983 when Jimmy Johnson was the Oklahoma State coach. That obviously stayed in his memory. He had a chance to pick up Shepard, and he jumped at the chance. 2nd and 1 now for the Cowboys after the pass was ruled complete to Shepard. Johnston, in true fullback style, pounds ahead for the first down. John Offerdahl gets credit for the Miami tackle. Hope you'll stay with us all day today for top football action here on NBC. Second half of the doubleheader. Most of you will see that Raider-Houston battle in the House of Pain. Others will see Seattle against the Giants. And of course, an extra bonus. This is Thanksgiving week, so coming up Thursday, we'll take a look at the hot Cleveland Browns as they take on the Detroit Lions. That all starts with NFL Live at noon on Thanksgiving Day. Reverse Shepard, hit and dropped at the 50-yard line. Jeff Cross made a great defensive play for the Dolphins.
Well, Jeff Cross certainly fooled the Cowboy offensive strategists. They expected him to be chasing the play and be able to run out around him. On the right side of your screen, number 91 reads that blocker coming out around him and doesn't chase. In other words, he gets across the line and good penetration to stop the play. Smart move by Jeff Cross.
So Cross, who leads this team in sacks with 8.5, makes a big defensive play for Shula's Dolphins. And it's 2nd and 17 for the Cowboys. Aikman steps up in the pocket, now will run. Dives to the 40-yard line of the Dolphins. William Judson covers Aikman there. He's a tough customer. Take a look at that chin strap, too. That's a special padded chin strap because earlier in the season, in fact, in the last preseason game against Houston, he had a cut in his chin on a blitz by Bubba McDowell of the Oilers, and he had blood streaming down his uniform. Now wears that padded chin strap there to give him some protection in that area.
Oh, he's been taking some hard licks this season. I was laughing. Aikman hasn't quite yet mastered the slide, you know, the old quarterback slide downfield. Here, he can't find the receiver, even though Folsom in the middle gets open. He'll run upfield. Now, he's risking a shoulder injury by going to the turf this way. He's going to have to brush up on his technique.
He did it Pete Rose style, didn't he? Head first. Aikman spots a man in traffic to the 35, but it's short of the first down. Kelvin Martin made the catch in traffic, but it will be about 2 yards short of the necessary yardage.
Oh, good reaction by Jarvis Williams that time, the strong safety for the Dolphins to keep that play from gaining enough yardage. Cowboys appear to be going for the first down here, Tom, on 4th.
They got nothing to lose. Why not?
You're right. The Dolphins are the ones that are in the hunt for the playoff here. Cowboys have nothing to lose but another game.
4th down play coming up for the Cowboys. 4th and about 2. Tight formation. Palmer hit and dropped. It'll be close. Paul Langford came up to meet Paul Palmer at the hole, and then Palmer was able to fall forward. Did he get enough? I don't know. It'll depend on the spot of the football, and they're going to measure.
Well, this is one time 181-pound back isn't the best ball carrier to have when you're running for that tough yardage. Even though Palmer did break that initial tackle, I thought his momentum got him the first down.
Jimmy Johnson was all the way out on the field, I guess, talking about the spot of the football. Interesting matchup. Johnson, when he was the University of Miami coach, had some pretty regular contact with the Dolphins staff. Stretch it out, and it will be just short. Miami holds as Johnson on a 4th down run, unable to get the first down.
Oh boy, let's look at this play again and see what kind of momentum or forward progress Palmer is able to generate here. He gets a good lick right here, but he keeps his balance and keeps driving forward. Well, he crawled that last little bit, so Miami ball.
For the 14th time this season, the Cowboys go on 4th down and come up a little short. Tom Hammond and Joe Namath again from Dallas. This has been Miami versus Dallas weekend. Last night here, the Heat and the Mavericks squared off, with the Mavericks winning it by 1. And the early indications in this game are that it could be just as close. 7-3 Cowboys, as Marino will go to the air on first down. And it is complete to Duper, who steps out of bounds right at the first down marker, with Robert Williams covering on the play. Well, the Cowboys went on fourth down. Here it is.
Yes, but there's a good hit right now by number 44, Langford. Right there. You see Paul Langford's the one that negated this first down effort. When Palmer hits the ground, he'll move the ball forward now. You see that? Well, that's not where the official marked the ball. The official marked the ball where he first hit the ground, and it was short of the first down.
Duper, with his fourth catch, is just short of the first down. Now what?
This is getting frustrating, folks. I know at home it's frustrating, and here at the stadium it's frustrating. They're looking at the play once again. I guess they want to make sure they don't make any mistakes at all today, huh?
Well, Marino to Duper. Marino's now hit 9 of 12 on the afternoon for about 80 yards. If this one counts, that is.
Well, we'll take another look at it.
After further review, the play stands.
Boy, it's
down.
not even close. I don't know what the problem was.
We've had a lot of reviews and not any reversals. 2nd and 1 for the Dolphins. Brown and Smith, the running backs. Sammy Smith has the first down and more. No, excuse me, it's Tom Brown. I should have known the way he stood up that defender and drove him backwards. That was the power runner, Brown, who weighs nearly 230 pounds. Of course, so does Smith. He's about 226.
Brown getting a lot of work today. First week back, first week out there able to get some things done, and he's faring quite well. Tampa Bay is still holding on to that lead over Chicago. They beat Chicago earlier in the season.
Marino under pressure throws it away. Duper was closest to it, but Marino just got rid of it as Jim Jeffcoat was bearing down on him, and that's not too much different from the one they called intentional grounding on Troy Aikman earlier.
Exactly, Tom. Even though Marino got the ball in the direction of his receiver, it was well over his head, and Jeffcoat certainly would have liked to have seen an intentional grounding call. Let's take a look at this pressure. Marino feels it. He doesn't see it all the time. He has a way of feeling the pressure, knowing exactly where to go to unload that ball.
I asked Everson Walls yesterday about Marino, and he said simply the best. And that quick release has been giving defenders problems in his entire 7-year pro career. Jensen with a catch at the 50-yard line. Very short gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and long coming up. Eugene Lockhart made sure Jensen didn't go anywhere after he made the reception.
Oh, that's exactly it. Eugene Lockhart had the inside, top right of your screen. You'll see Jensen has to pull up to the outside right there in that dead spot, and Lockhart reacts quickly. You'd like for Jensen to get deeper downfield, get some more yardage rather than 3 or 4 yards.
I think that's what Marino was saying. Duper, Brown, Clayton, and Banks, 4 wide receivers. Marino's hit 10 of 14. He'll have Jensen there with him. We have Brown and Banks set to the left, Duper and Clayton to the right. Now Clayton in motion. Marino has it batted down by Jeffcoat.
Marino can't do anything about that. Jeffcoat is isolated on the center, Jeff Uhlenhenk. You'll see Uhlenhenk pick him up now in the middle of your screen, and then Jeffcoat just gets up in front of Big Dan. Actually, Uhlenhenk never had a chance to get Jeffcoat's hands down.
Here's Roby on for his first punt of the day, averaging 42.7 yards a kick. High kick. Shepard lets it bounce, and it will. Inside the 10. Got a little kick there at the last minute, and will roll all the way down to the 7 or 8 yard line. Don McNeil down covering in a hurry after Roby's punt. It'll back the Cowboys up deep in their own territory. A 42-yard punt by Roby. We've got a timeout with 3:07 left in the first half, and the Cowboys leading 7-3. One of the first meetings between these two teams occurred in Super Bowl VI. Roger Staubach, the Dallas quarterback, leading the attack this day. I believe that's Ditka on the touchdown catch, isn't it? 24-3 as the Cowboys win Super Bowl VI. Don Shula has been to 6 of those events, more than any coach in history. Dallas leads in this game, too, with 3:07 left in the first half. 7-3 Cowboys. They respotted the football and moved it in the Cowboys' favor a little bit after that punt. This pass is complete to Junior Totalatasi, who takes it for about a 5-yard completion. Soche and Krause in on the tackle. There's a look at Barry Krause, the 11-year veteran out of Alabama, who has been the top tackler on this team this year with 61, 19 last week against the Jets, 28 the last 2 weeks. And out of Alabama, which has produced so many top players.
Roll Tide.
You see the time approaching the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 3. That's Totalatasi, who is tripped up, but not before he has first down yardage. Rodney Thomas got in to get a hand on the feet of Totalatasi, but the Cowboys drive it out for a first down, and they're going to try to get another play off before the 2-minute warning. Aikman has them already up at the line of scrimmage. Across the middle and complete. Totalatasi on the catch, shakes one tackler and falls forward to the 47-yard line, and a Cowboy first down. Thomas and Soche finally chased him down, but Aikman found a man right in the seam of the defense.
Well, Totalatasi, number 25, runs a little circle pattern and gets away from the linebacker, Barry Krause, for the big gainer.
And we've got the 2-minute warning with the Cowboys on top and driving.
On the bottom right-hand side of your screen, Aikman will get the ball to Totalatasi, and Barry Krause, 58, misses this tackle. Now watch Louis Oliver. He just runs by, and Totalatasi puts a good move on Oliver for another 6 or 7 yards.
And it's the 11th first down of the half for the Cowboys. First down here, just short of midfield.
Come on, baby.
Aikman fires a bullet to the 35. The catch is made there, and the Cowboys have another first down. James Dixon on the grab for Dallas, and they're quickly up to the line. Clock continues to roll.
17-yard lead for Stinson Cowboys.
Aikman has to scramble. There's a flag down, and Aikman has running room out of bounds at the 25. It will be enough for a first down, but there is a penalty on the play.
This young man can do it all. If Coach Johnson's offensive line can give Aikman the protection to continue to grow in this league, we're going to see a great one, folks.
Holding number 24, defense, 5-yard penalty, tack down to the end of the run. First down.
Big penalty there. Rodney Thomas of the Dolphins holding. They'll tack it on to the end of the first down run by Aikman. And once again, the Cowboys are threatening to score.
Now, Rodney Thomas got caught in the inside chase position, and that's why Aikman actually had to get out of the pocket and run for the first down. There was a mix-up. Thomas had his man well covered, but it was construed holding by the back judge, and thus we see the extra 5-yard penalty.
Mark Stepnoski is in at center, replacing Tom Rafferty of the Cowboys, who was shaken up. It's a first down for Dallas at the 20-yard line. Palmer inside the 10 and down to the 6. Judson and Thomas had to stop Palmer, who found a lane in that defense. They'll mark him down at the 7-yard line. Dallas takes a timeout with 1:12 left in the half. The stadium, a 7-3 Cowboy lead, 1:12 to go in the first half. And Dallas will have the ball at the 7-yard line of the Dolphins. Miami scrambling to stay in playoff contention. The Cowboys only one win all season, trying to come together as a team. And Jimmy Johnson's squad has been impressive so far in the first half. Johnston and Totalatasi in the I formation. Totalatasi, the tailback. Aikman fumbles. It's picked up. It'll be a no gain on the play as Totalatasi got it on the first bounce. And a fortunate bounce it was for the Cowboys. Brian Soche finally tackled Totalatasi. Aikman dropped it as he pulled away from center, and the clock continues to roll now to 50 seconds.
It appeared he had it knocked out of his hands. He didn't have it in his gut. Quarterback should get that ball and put it right in their gut to protect it.
2nd and goal. Aikman could run it in. He throws for the touchdown. Johnston. Johnston had beaten Hugh Green. Aikman spotted him, and the Dallas Cowboys just before halftime drive 86 yards for a touchdown.
Just what the Dolphins didn't want to have happen. I talked with Dan Marino before the game, and he said, look, we can't let these guys get on top. That's just going to fire them up more and give them confidence, and I think that's what we're seeing, folks. These Cowboys right now believe they're going to win this game.
Well, you heard the boos of the crowd as they thought the play was being reviewed, but it stands as a touchdown, and Zendejas will try the extra point. And the flags fly. Just 35 seconds left in the half.
Well, we've seen the Cowboys use their fullback more today than they have the entire season, and I have to believe that's a smart move by David Shula. The Dolphins haven't seen the Cowboys use their fullback, and here they are running him, catching passes
Ball
today.
start, number 64, offense.
Tom Rafferty, who came back in after being shaken up earlier on the drive, was guilty of the false start. There's Rafferty, number 64, the 14-year veteran out of Penn State.
Well, you know what that means, folks, when the center's accused of a false start. He kind of just moves that ball a little bit before he snaps it. And Rafferty, being smart enough, being a 14-year veteran, he's not going to snap it until he's good and set.
And the kick is good. The Dallas Cowboys, hitting on all cylinders today, extend their lead over the Dolphins to 14-3.
On the right side of your screen, we may see the fullback, number 48, come in there. Aikman poised in that pocket, waiting for Johnston to get open, and he just beats Hugh Green across the middle.
Aikman had a lane off to his left where he might have been able to run in for the touchdown, but he stands there, waits, and delivers the TD pass.
That's exactly right. David Shula, offensive coordinator, wants Aikman to look for the receivers first. Hang in that pocket as long as you can.
Jimmy Johnson says touchdown. Boys, Cowboys looking like a different team today. In fact, the last 3 weeks they've played well. So Troy Aikman hitting Daryl Johnston. Johnston's first professional touchdown. Those two are roommates in training camp and when they take road trips, and the roommates combine for the touchdown. Here's the kickoff. Taken by Hampton at the 5. Hampton tackled at the 21-yard line. It was Everson Walls who made the stop for Dallas as they cover 86 yards on 8 plays in 2.5 minutes. Aikman to Johnston for the 6-yard touchdown pass, and again the first pro TD for the rookie from Syracuse. What does Miami do here now? Down it and take their lumps, try to regroup at halftime, or go up top and try to get a score?
I think they'll go up top and try to at least get in field goal position. Remember last week, Stojanovic hit a 59-yarder against the Jets, so they have 29 seconds left to get about 30 or 40 yards.
3 wide receivers set to the right. Marino steps up, throws it short to the 30-yard line. The catch made by Clayton there, short of the first down. Isaac Holt made sure he got no further.
You know, I'm mystified why the Dolphins don't throw to Clayton more often. Last week against the Jets, they start out the second half with the bomb to Clayton for the touchdown, then they don't go back to him. The last few games, they haven't been throwing as many passes Clayton's way, certainly as many as Clayton would like to get.
We talked to him yesterday. That was the first thing he said, wasn't it? They want to throw more. He caught a touchdown pass in the first play from scrimmage in the second half against the Jets, and then not a single reception the rest of the way. In fact, that was an audible, he told us yesterday, on the touchdown play.
Yep, and Marino has told his receivers when he gets the right picture, he is going to check off. But Clayton would still like to see more passes come his way, and I don't blame him. He's exciting, man. When he gets his hands on that ball, he's not only a good receiver, but he's a good runner with it.
Dolphins stop the clock with their timeout. They have 2 remaining. 21 seconds left in the first half. The Cowboys leading Miami 14-3. Miami can ill afford a loss if they want to stay in playoff contention, a loss to a team that's won only once all year. Marino's pass complete into Cowboy territory down to the 45-yard line. Andre Brown, who was a teammate of the Dallas backup quarterback Steve Walsh at the University of Miami, makes a key reception there. Ike Holt was beaten on the play, and Brown has the Dolphins in shape with a first down at the Dallas 46-yard line. Wow, look at Cincinnati. They got the offense cranked up today.
Oh, they fell behind early to Detroit 7-0 too. They must have got angry. Well, that was excellent pass protection on the last play for Marino. That's really what set up his completion to Andre Brown that time. Give Marino that kind of time, he's going to find his receivers. Now, I think they only need another 10-15 yards, and they have 15 seconds to do it in to set up Stoyanovich for the field goal attempt.
Miami with 1 timeout remaining and 15 seconds showing on the clock. They trail 14-3. Marino has hit 12 of 17 passes for 115 yards here in the first half.
You know, you do have time to take a shot deep downfield here and still come back and complete a pass for the field goal attempt.
Marino's pass is nowhere close, but a penalty marker comes down, a flag flying at the end of that play. There it is.
Yeah, well, Freddie Banks and Mark Duper that time got some trouble from the defensive backs.
Number 23, defense, automatic first down.
Robert Williams of the Cowboys on the hold. And that'll give Miami a first down, although that's not so important with only 10 seconds left.
Well, here you see Duper try to get inside, and right now he's just being tackled over there by Robert. Well, not tackled, but I mean he got him wrapped up pretty good, and the official, the side judge, saw it.
The ball at the Dallas 41-yard line. Just 10 seconds left in the half. 2 wide receivers to either side. Marino sacked by Jeffcoat. Jim Jeffcoat, now with 5.5 sacks to lead the Cowboys, puts Miami back out of field goal range.
Well, Miami should call timeout. They're going to let the clock run out. Come on.
And there it goes. Well, the fans here at Texas Stadium love it. Marino sees time run out, or is there 1 second left? The Cowboys. And now Jerry Markwright says yes, 1 second left. They did get a timeout called. Half the Cowboy team is already off the field.
Well, the Dolphins fell asleep there for a split second. Marino alertly ran to the official to call the timeout, but they've only got 1 second left now. At least it's time for one long try, Tom.
They put 1 second back on the clock, and Marino can try the Hail Mary.
Another look at the sack. Number 77, Jeffcoat, comes from the left side. And, oh, that's a pretty good hit on Marino, too. Jeffcoat faked the rush upfield and broke underneath and was able to throw Dan for one of the few losses that Miami fans ever get to see Dan take.
Only the 5th sack the Dolphins have allowed all season, which is the best in the NFL. So one final try here for Miami. Marino will crank it up, throw it for the end zone on the Hail Mary play. He's got 3 wide receivers set to the right. This does occasionally work. Marino lets it go for the end zone. He got it! Touchdown, Andre Brown!
Oh, boy. This does occasionally work, as you said, huh, Tom? Good call.
Andre Brown with a 48-yard touchdown reception with 1 second left, a second that they had to put back on the clock.
Marino alertly saving that 1 second. First of all, making a mistake by not calling the timeout earlier, but it couldn't have worked out any better for the Dolphins.
And boy, the arm of Marino very much in evidence there.
I like the way he stepped up in the pocket, too, Tom, to buy extra time. He couldn't throw it initially. He had to let those receivers get downfield, so his offensive lineman created that pocket for him to step up into, enabling him to throw the long bomb.
Stojanovic for the extra point. Beautifully done by the Miami Dolphins. The Hail Mary pass works with 1 second left. Andre Brown and a crowd of offensive and defensive players went up to snag the touchdown pass.
Number 82, folks, in the middle of the pack. You'll see what happens. He's just going to out-jump everyone and find the ball. What do we have? About 7 or 8 guys down there. There's 5, 6 of them right now.
Brown's got it all the way. Look at him. Look.
Yes, he is. 7, 8 players, and Brown comes down with the catch.
Well, he locked his eyes on that ball at about the 10-yard line, it seemed, and he had it all the way. Watch the eyes of Andre Brown.
Well, I'm surprised that these defensive backs didn't play this any better. You don't see anyone getting up there really to hit the ball. It just happened that Brown had great position on them, and the ball fell in the right spot. You see how Marino moves up into that pocket to get that extra time for his receivers to get downfield. What kind of reaction does Dan have? You can bet it's a good one.
Boy, that can really lift a team, too, can it?
The momentum just shifted drastically on that play. Sure, the Cowboys had a chance to go in at halftime with the lead, and they've actually outplayed the Dolphins this first half. But when you hit that big play at the end of the half, it's kind of like you've broken out of your slump. Now you have things going. You go in and spend that 20 minutes at halftime. The enthusiasm's up. The excitement's up. On the other side in the Cowboy locker room, they're still thinking about that last play, and it's really an emotional downer.
A dramatic shift in emotions because the Cowboys had just driven 86 yards to take their second touchdown of the game, and they had everything going their way. It appeared the time had run out. Half of the Cowboy team has already gone to the tunnel toward the dressing room when they put a second back on the clock, and suddenly that dramatic shift as the Cowboys find themselves now only leading by 4 points. And here it is again.
Well, it's up at the top of the screen. We can't quite see it from this angle. There you go. There you see Banks come down, or excuse me, Brown come down with the big, big catch.
So Andre Brown hurting his former coach, Jimmy Johnson. Look at his eyes. He's got it all the way. We started the show today by talking about the eyes of Shula, Marino, Aikman, and Johnson. This time the eyes of Andre Brown and Dan Marino hook up on the Hail Mary pass. The last play of the first half pulls the Dolphins within 4. Now let's go to NFL Live for halftime.